The highlights of today's defense news, 16th of January 26. Hyderabad startup Apollyon Dynamics delivers mobile drone lab boosting Army's frontline drone production. IIT Madras ramjet shells extend 155 gun range by 50%. Tombow Imaging wins L-1 bid for 37 crores TI sights on Army Sig Sauer rifles. Astrobase Space succeeds in high-speed turbopump tests for rocket engines. India's new anti-stealth radar grid defense architecture to detect and counter F-35, Su-57 and J-35. Embraer and Adani JV for India's maiden commercial jet assembly line. India and Greece hold inaugural joint services staff talks. NSG launches NIDMS as central IED data platform against terror. India approves integrated battle groups as part of Army's restructuring efforts. Defense boost for Australia, Pact inked for 45 Huntsman howitzers field trials begin. Japan, Philippines seal defense pact amid rising China pressure. A look at the news in detail. Hyderabad-based startup Apollyon Dynamics has delivered a truck-mounted mobile drone laboratory to the Indian Army, operational in Jammu, capable of producing over 100 FPV drones monthly for surveillance, precision strikes, and kamikaze roles near combat zones. The self-contained unit features a 3D printer for frames, assembly tools, soldering stations, programming setups, and ground control, enabling soldiers to rapidly assemble, repair, and customize drones using indigenous and select imported parts, slashing resupply times from weeks to hours amid border tensions. Complementing a permanent lab at a Jammu regiment for training and bulk production, this innovation, mirroring Ukraine-Russia frontline tactics, enhances tactical flexibility with Army personnel trained on-site. The startup previously supplied kamikaze drones in 2025, marking a leap in student-led defense tech self-reliance. IIT Madras researchers, in collaboration with the Army since 2020, have successfully developed and tested the ramjet-assisted artillery shells for standard 155 guns, replacing conventional base bleed units with integrated ramjet engines that provide sustained propulsion post-barrel exit, boosting range by nearly 50% without compromising terminal lethality or velocity. The key trials validated clean gun exit, stable flight, ramjet ignition at Deolali School of Artillery, and high zone firing at Pokhran, overcoming challenges like extreme G-forces, compact combustor design, and propellant formulation for high altitude performance, enabling deeper strikes, tactical flexibility, and deterrence upgrade for systems like Dhanush K9 Vajra amid border tensions. Tonbo Imaging has secured the lowest L-1 bidder position in a 37 crore tender for 1775 thermal imaging sites to equip Indian Army Sig Sauer 716 7.62 by 51 rifles, enhancing night fighting precision in low light, adverse weather for border units from Udhampur, J&K with lightweight, multispectral fusion designs, minimizing rifle imbalance for sustained ops. Founded in 2012 as a defense EOIR specialist, Tombow builds on proven supplies like Arjun MMG sights, LAC deployed binoculars, surgical strikes, and tank integrations, offering per unit pricing around 2.1 lakh, competitive globally while awaiting contract finalization post technical checks. This bolsters Army modernization alongside 659 crore image intensifiers, integrates with Bell holographic sights for full fire control, supports exports to more than 24 countries, and elevates infantry superiority in high threat areas via battlefield reliability. Bangalore-based Astrobase Space achieved a critical milestone by successfully testing high-speed turbopumps exceeding performance predictions essential for pumping cryogenic propellants like LOX, kerosene at 1 lakh plus RPM in liquid rocket engines, advancing their full-flow staged combustion design towards hot fire tests in 2026 and orbital launches by 2029. The turbo machinery validation, overcoming cryogenic cavitation and material challenges via 3D printing and AI optimized designs, positions the 2024 founded startup alongside Skyroot and Agnikul in Bangalore's ecosystem, enabling reusable medium lift rockets with 4M boosters for commercial satellites while supporting defense applications like hypersonic propulsions, AMCA engines, and ISRO semi-cryogenic tech. The feat reduces foreign launch reliance amid China-Pak tensions, fosters HAL-Tata partnerships for scaling, leverages Andhra Pradesh test site, and accelerates India's $8 billion space sector to $44 billion by 2033 through private innovation in precision manufacturing and human capital from IITs and NITs. DRDO has deployed the Passive Coherent Location Radar (PCLR) within the Low Observable Detection Network (LODN) as part of mission Sudarshan Chakra, creating a multi-layered anti-stealth grid using VHF radars, long-range low-level systems, and Vostok D. Mobile distributed receivers with ML clutter rejection enable extended Himalayan Indian Ocean coverage, quantum AI enhancements, private scaling via Tata or Bharat Forge for Atmanirbhar export potential amid border threats. Let us understand passive coherent location radar. At the core of India's anti-stealth radar grid is the passive coherent location radar, a passive multi-static radar system. Unlike traditional radars, which emit radio waves and listen for reflections, PCLR does not transmit any own signals. Instead, it uses ambient electromagnetic emissions like FM radio broadcasts already present in the environment to detect disturbances caused by aircraft passing through these signals. How does PCLR work? Ambient signal reflection. Ground systems capture commercial signals reflected off objects in the sky. Multistatic tracking. Distributed receivers monitor changes in the ambient signals from multiple angles. Stealth aircraft designed to evade high frequency emissions become more visible to low frequency passive systems. With no active emissions, the system remains hard to detect, making enemy countermeasures such as anti-radar missiles ineffective. Integration with National Low Observable Detection Network. PCLR is integrated into the broader Low Observable Detection Network, which combines VHF band surveillance radars, long range low level tracking systems, advanced radar innovations including Vostok D and others, AI based analysis for false alarm reduction, and improved target classification. This layered approach ensures that multiple technologies complement one another, bridging gaps in individual systems and creating a resilient detection grid. The anti-stealth radar grid does not operate in isolation but enhances India's already formidable air defense array. India's integrated systems include Akash missile system, which is indigenous surface-to-air missile platform providing tactical air defense and area protection. S-400 Triumph long-range SAM system procured from Russia. Barak 8 medium to long-range air and missile defense systems co-developed with Israel. Spider, a quick reaction short-range SAM system. This layered defense envelope ensures a comprehensive shield that spans from short-range intercepts to strategic long-range engagements. The National Security Guard (NSG) unveiled the National IED Data Management System on 8th of January at Manesar, creating a secure AI/ML-powered national repository centralizing IED and bomb blast data since 1999 from state police, CAPFs, NIA, and ATS across 780 districts to end siloed intelligence and enable pattern detection via signature matching of MO explosives and mechanisms for faster investigations and predictive threat modeling. Developed with Rashtriya Raksha University, IIT Delhi, NIA, and the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center (I4C), the two-way platform offers single-click for forensic access, real-time sharing for 800 plus users, 3D training models, and dynamic updates under the MHA oversight, transforming counterterrorism by linking desperate attacks, boosting prosecution, and disrupting networks while addressing urban high threat scenarios with global references and cybersecurity. Phase 1 rollout enhances proactive disruption and amid rising IED threats, positioning NIDMS as India's next generation security shield for evidence based decisions and nationwide collaboration. The Ministry of Defence has approved the Indian Army's plan to split warfighters into integrated battle groups (IBGs) aimed at making forces faster, more flexible, and better prepared for modern conflict. Announced by the Army Chief, the move follows the South Asian government's clearance of 31 sanction letters for structural reforms over the past 14 to 15 months. This paves the way for the new unit's creation, as well as the establishment of new aviation brigades and the resumption of the Territorial Army's reserve personnel recruitment after a 5-year gap. IBGs are compact, self contained fighting formations designed to respond quickly in the event of a crisis. Each IBG will field about 5,000 troops, making it larger than a brigade but smaller than a division, and will be led by a major general. Unlike traditional formations, IBGs combine infantry, tanks, artillery, air defense, engineers, communication, and logistics under one commander, allowing them to move and fight without waiting for reinforcements. The first IBGs will be raised in Strike Corps, starting with the 17 Mountain Strike Corps, which is tasked with missions along India's disputed border with China. Planners expect the new unit to handle operations within 48 hours of receiving orders, a key shift from slower core level mobilization. Australian Army has conducted its first home soil firing of the AS-9 Huntsman 155 self-propelled howitzer, a milestone ahead of the system's introduction into service. Crews have now begun intensive training on the platform, which represents a return to modern self-propelled artillery after decades. The AS-9 is an Australianized variant of South Korea's K-9 howitzer developed by Hanwha Aerospace and will extend the Army's tube artillery range to roughly 25 miles. Australia is acquiring 30 AS-9 howitzers and 15 AS-10 ammunition resupply vehicles, which most said to be manufactured by Hanwha Defence Australia at a facility near Melbourne. The Huntsman system will equip the 3rd Brigade, which is being transformed into a heavy armored formation. Japan and Philippines have signed a pivotal defense pact, the Acquisition and Cross-Servicing Agreement (ACSA). This agreement permits the tax-free exchange of essential supplies like ammunition, fuel, food, and other necessities during joint military training exercises. The signing ceremony also featured Japan's announcement of fresh security and economic aid to the Philippines, including funds for building security boat shelters and expanding internet access in vulnerable southern provinces. This logistical pact builds on prior collaborations, notably the Reciprocal Access Agreement inked in mid-2024 and effective from September, which facilitates mutual troop deployments for larger-scale combat drills, including live-fire exercises. Negotiations continue for a further pact to safeguard the sharing of classified defense intelligence between the two nations. That's the news for today. We hope you have enjoyed the news. Please do subscribe to our channel and do give us your feedback. Thank you.